A lot of retirees that we have talked to, when we have talked to them, don't you care about what they're taking away? Yeah, but I can't do nothing.
That's it.
Yeah, but I can't do nothing. But way back before the contract in 07, way before that, when we had talked to Pat about this, and we had put it on SOS about getting retirees, go to these plants, talk to these people, pass out flyers. Do not pass this contract. How many retirees actually did it?
This group here did.
Okay, but wait, but how many retirees are there? There's 500,000 retirees, and only 10 of them did it?
Okay, Gene.
This is a very spirited group. Do we have a formal name to this organization?
U.A.W. Concern Laws.
Pardon?
Labor Advocate Worker Solutions and U.A.W. Concern.
Laws? This is the Laws group? So this is, I see some SOS people here, but this is not an official sanctioned, quorumed SOS meeting.
We don't sanction. Why would you sanction?
Well,
you're talking about what's wrong with the
No. I just want to, a lot of people are going to ask me what the hell I was doing with my afternoon. And when I tell them I'm here, I'd like to speak somewhat intelligently. And tell them
I thought you were
I had hard enough time finding the place, let alone explaining what I'm doing.
We're all going to be paying, like in this room, most people are retired. They're going to be paying more and more out of pocket for health care. We really got to get this passed. That's something controlled by the government.
Yeah.
The government does not socialize medicine. It's that there will be one single payer. We're going to eliminate all the red tape. We're going to eliminate the middleman. Why should we pay 30% of every dollar that goes into health care to some guy that sits at a desk trying to figure out how to deny you access, how to limit your prescriptions? And don't talk to me about waiting, because when I call the doctor, I got to wait. And then I got to get a reference for a specialist. And when I get to that specialist, I got to wait. And then I go to see him. He says, well, you need a test, and you're going to have to wait. I've got socialized medicine. I'm just not getting the discount.
Greg, can I?
It is not. What I'm concerned with is my children and my grandchildren are not going to have health care in this country because we've got a two-tier system in the United States. We've got health care for the elite, and for the rest of them, you get what's left over. You can go to the emergency room. That's where you can get your health care. We've got a two-tier system right across the board. When it comes to wages, we got two-tier. When it comes to bailout, we got two-tier. When it comes to the bonus, we got two-tier. That's what's got to come to an end. By saying, we're not making any deals on VEBA. We're not going to take any accrued vested benefits away from retirees. That would have put pressure on the corporations to go to Congress and say, we, the corporations, need universal health care. Because we, the corporations, can't afford it. They undermine that pressure point. Because the U.A.W., either the international did not believe it was possible, or, if you're more cynical, wanted to get into the insurance business themselves. At any rate, we're here to talk about what we can do, not what we can't do or what has already happened. At the SOS site, in the right-hand column, you'll see it says Healthcare Resolution. You can click on that. You can print it out. Now, you can either modify it for your own needs or not, but you can present that at your local union meeting or labor council and get that resolution passed local to local. We can't change the international, but we have more influence at the local level. You take that resolution to your local, get it passed there. If enough locals pass this resolution, that will pressure the international. Now, there is an organization, Labor for Single-Payer Healthcare. One word. And that, once again, there's a link on the SOS site. You can go to that. But it's about labor unions who are uniting to press for John Conyers' bill. And there's just hundreds of local unions and labor councils who have already passed these resolutions and signed on to support it. That is something that we can do.
I agree with that.
About your health care or who you're going to see. If you want to talk about socialized medicine, you're talking about the Veterans Administration. That is socialized medicine. And a lot of veterans think they got pretty good health care.
Back there, because I wasn't going to how we said a couple
Sure.
Well, I was back there. One thing you said bounced off my head. Made a lot of sense. And I don't know if it's one payer, three payer, if it's union, company. What you said really touched me, and that's health care for everybody. I don't care if you're a homeless 9-year-old, or you're a retiree, or you have a job, you just went bankrupt, or you're a millionaire. We should all have health care. I like what you said. Because I got the Buick of the health care, and a guy pays it for me because I do him some favors. But you know what? Everybody, even if I had to wait in line a little more, or I had to compromise, so everybody could have health care. Everyone in the United States of America should have health care.
And not a two-tier
And not 5
healthcare.
years from now, right now.
Not a health care for the elite and a second-class health care for everybody else. One tier. And I'm not saying bring down the top tier. I'm saying bring everybody to the top tier. There's no excuse that we cannot, in this country, have top-tier health care for everyone. The only reason we can't right now is that we have to pay 30 cents out of every dollar to an insurance company. And they do nothing to add value to your health care. Not one thing. They're kind of like that clipboard that walks around the assembly line and doesn't do anything to add value to the automobile, but gets paid maximum hourly wages.
And the other thing, Greg, and so I looked into it and asked a few people about it, and they've taken the locals, but you're making sense because I agree with what you said. When you think about nationalizing healthcare, you think about Canada. It's not even a comparison. I mean, you're on the right track as far as I'm concerned because it is different. The one carrier idea is a good idea. And John said, I know his fear. I'm in probably his age bracket. And the only difference I have, and you I think met my sister Bonnie and them, they're all medical. They have medical companies. They agreed with the Congress bill. But they also said people have the wrong idea. People in Canada do it. In fact, their organization brings children who can't get surgery, at least 15 a year. They personally pay for their organization because they can't get health care. You made another point about Medco. It's a mess. And now what we tell our retirees, don't wait to go to your doctor. Go to the emergency room because it's only $50 under the new plans. Am I correct, everybody? Because if you go to your doctor, you have to pay for that. If he specializes or sends you down to get a blood test, you pay again. I'll tell you, put my name to it. It's well known in the hospitals if we send somebody to go, if you're sick, you go, instead of waiting for that specialist for the kidney or that, you go to the emergency room because if your doctor, and you'll be contacted, says you need a test, they'll do it all in one, it's $50. I've been with several people that have paid it in the U.A.W. Okay? So, I mean, you have to tell each other the tips. He makes a point about the John Conyers bill, and I want to buy a stock in Junior. I'll get a hold of my, I don't have any stock, but I'll find somebody that does.
You're a spirited gal and a very interesting group. Now, I'm just wondering, do we have a MyFace or a Facebook?
Dispute this,
Dispute this,
We should